Here in Vietnam, attempting to cross the street can be a very intimidating adventure. The unprepared tourist can be standing at the edge of the road, completely paralyzed by the oncoming onslaught of traffic that never, ever stops. And the city has very kindly provided these white lines for you to cross the road at. However, no one will ever pay attention to them, and Grant calls them simply pedestrian sacrifice locations because no one will ever stop for you if you're standing there. What we have learned is the way that you cross the street here is you step off the curb and you put one foot in front of the other and you don't make eye contact. You're aware of where the traffic is, but you don't stop. You just begin to move and you put one foot in front of the other and go across. And surprisingly, the traffic flows around you. When we were talking about this, we decided this is very much like life itself. We can be completely paralyzed by what seem to be intimidating and difficult life circumstances that just never seem to stop. They come at you and come at you and come at you. However, if you begin to move, if you take a step of faith and start to move out into those circumstances, once you have begun to move, God can take that movement and begin to work on your behalf. And surprisingly, you'll find yourself on the other side of that crisis or that difficulty, and we'll be able to look back and see how God actually parted the way and made a way for you to get through all of that onslaught of life circumstance. Grant and I have proved here in Vietnam that all you do is just cross the street, step out one foot in front of the other, and the traffic will flow, because I'm here doing the blog. But we've also proved it in our own lives that when we feel paralyzed, if we just begin to take a step and move, God will work on our behalf. So we want to encourage you to do that. Don't stay paralyzed on the edge of your life. Begin to take a step so God can work with you and take you beyond where you currently are. We'd love to hear your stories on how, once you've taken a step, how God has intervened on your behalf. So just write that below the blog, and Grant will talk to you again next week.